Alright folks, buckle up because today, we're diving into one of the most electrifying underwater showdowns you'll ever witness. Imagine this, deep beneath the shimmering waves of the ocean, where sunlight barely reaches and tension lurks behind every current, two legendary predators are gearing up for a face-off of epic proportions. In the red corner, we've got the Hammerhead Shark. Yeah, that's the one with the head that looks like it belongs in a sci-fi movie. But don't let the weird shape fool you. That bizarre hammer is actually a finely tuned biological weapon, built for ultra-wide vision, pinpoint accuracy, and turning chaos into strategy. Think of it as the ocean's stealth fighter, agile, calculating, and always one step ahead. And in the blue corner, say hello to the great white shark. This beast needs no introduction. It's the heavyweight champ of the deep, cold-blooded, lightning fast, and powerful enough to take down seals, dolphins, and even small whales. If the hammerhead is a tactician, the great white is a wrecking ball in motion. Now here's the twist. One is all about multisensory finesse and clever maneuvering. The other brings brute force, breakneck speed, and a bite that can crush bone like a potato chip. So here's the question. When finesse meets ferocity, who rules the sea? Will strategy outsmart strength, or will raw power silence the strategist? Stick around, because this battle is about to go from zero to jaw-dropping in seconds, and trust me, you don't want to miss what happens when two of the ocean's deadliest minds collide. Alright, let's talk about one of the weirdest looking, coolest operating predators in the ocean, the hammerhead shark. Yeah, you've seen it in documentaries and maybe even on Shark Week, but trust me, there's way more to this creature than just its bizarre head. First of all, size matters. A fully grown hammerhead shark can stretch anywhere from 10 to 20 feet long. That's roughly the length of a U-Haul truck cruising along the highway. And when it comes to weight, these sleek predators can tip the scales at up to 1,300 pounds. Imagine dragging a Harley-Davidson through the water, only this Harley bites back. But what really turns heads literally is that unique, wide, hammer-shaped noggin. It's not just for looks. This evolutionary masterpiece gives the hammerhead an ultra-wide field of vision. Think of it like having built-in panoramic cameras on both sides of your head. They can see up, down, left, right, and everything in between. If prey thinks it's hiding under the sand, think again. The hammerhead's head is packed with electroreceptors that can detect even the tiniest electric signals from a heartbeat buried beneath the ocean floor. Now let's talk speed. This shark can hit around 25 miles per hour, slicing through the water like a missile with fins. But what makes it dangerous isn't just its speed, it's how it uses it. Hammerheads are agile and sneaky. They don't charge in like a brute. Instead, they dart in and out, attacking with quick strikes before slipping away like a ghost. It's kind of like watching a boxing match where one fighter floats like a butterfly but bites like a shark. And those teeth, razor sharp and plenty of them. Perfect for tearing into stingrays, squid, and pretty much anything unlucky enough to cross its path. Here's a little personal opinion. I've always thought the hammerhead was nature's ninja shark. It doesn't just rely on brute force. It stalks, senses, scans, then strikes with pinpoint precision. If I were out there in the ocean, I'd be more worried about what I don't see because the hammerhead is probably already watching. So now I've got to ask you, if you had to pick a predator to go into battle with, would you choose the stealthy, high-tech assassin of the seas, or would you wait to see who it's up against? Stay tuned, because we're just getting started. The ocean's ultimate duel is heating up. Let's talk size. A full-grown great white can reach lengths of 16 to 20 feet, though some legends and sightings claim even bigger. That's about the length of a UPS delivery truck, except this one doesn't bring packages, it brings nightmares. And the weight, try to 1,500 to 5,000 pounds of pure predatory muscle. That's roughly the weight of a rhino, swimming effortlessly through the ocean with one goal: find food and feast. But here's where it gets wild. This shark isn't just big, it's fast. Great whites can explode through the water at speeds up to 35 miles per hour in short bursts. Picture a car launching from a red light, but underwater, and armed with 300 serrated teeth arranged in rows, each one capable of slicing through flesh like a hot knife through butter. Now let's talk bite force. Estimated at around 4,000 pounds per square inch, that's enough pressure to crush bones, snap surfboards, and obliterate prey. To give you a mental image, imagine a bear trap on steroids clamping down on your ribs. That's the kind of damage a great white can unleash with just one bite. And strategy. Oh, it's got that too. Great whites are ambush predators. They don't just chase, they stalk. They lurk below, out of sight, using that perfect camouflage from their gray tops and white bellies, then launch upward like missiles, often breaching the surface with their prey still in their jaws. Think of it like the underwater version of an F-16 fighter jet going vertical with a mouthful of seals. Personally, I've always been fascinated by how efficient these animals are. They're not chaotic monsters. They're methodical, tactical, and terrifyingly good at their job. When a great white hunts, it's not just a fight, it's a calculated takedown, like a sniper waiting for the perfect shot. So let me throw this out there. If the hammerhead is the ninja of the sea, does that make the great white the marine version of a heavyweight boxer mixed with a stealth bomber? It's strong, it's smart, and it hits hard. Here's the real question. In a face-off against another apex predator, is raw power and a lightning-fast ambush enough to seal the deal, or will brains and agility turn the tide? Stick around, because the battle of the beasts is about to hit full throttle. Alright, folks, buckle up. We're heading into the deep blue for a front-row seat to one of the most thrilling underwater clashes nature has to offer. This isn't just a battle. This is a full-blown gladiator showdown in the cold, dim waters just off a remote coral reef. Picture it. No lights, no mercy, just two apex predators squaring off for dominance. On one side, we've got the hammerhead shark, gliding gracefully like a stealth drone, its wide-set hammer-shaped head sweeping the darkness like a biological radar dish. This fish doesn't just see with its eyes, it feels the electric hum of life around it. Every heartbeat, every twitch in the sand. And today, something big is pinging its senses. From the other side of the arena comes the great white shark, lurking silently in the shadows below, its massive frame moving like a ghost. This is nature's assassin, a death machine wrapped in gray muscle. If sharks had ninjas, this one would be wearing the black belt. Suddenly, action erupts. Boom! Like a torpedo, the great white launches from below in a surprise ambush, jaws wide, aiming straight for the hammerhead's soft underbelly. This is the moment, but wait, the hammerhead senses it just in time. With a slick roll to the side, it dodges the deadly bite and counterattacks in one fluid motion, sinking its razor-sharp teeth into the gill slits of its massive opponent. Blood hits the water. The great white reels from the pain, stunned, backing off with a powerful flick of its tail. It circles wide, recalibrating, its eyes locked with predator focus, but the hammerhead doesn't retreat. It presses in, darting side to side with surgical precision, attacking from both angles, then slamming its heavy head down on the great white snout, forcing it toward the sandy ocean floor like an underwater wrestling takedown. But here's the twist. With one violent twist, the great white snaps around and clamps onto the hammerhead's dorsal fin, dragging it backwards in a burst of raw fury. Water churns, the sea turns red. It's chaos beneath the waves as these titans thrash and twist in a storm of teeth and muscle. Now here's where it gets personal. I've seen footage of sharks going after prey like this, and let me tell you, it's not a quick encounter. This is war. Both sharks are bleeding. The hammerhead is visibly slower now, leaking red ribbons into the water, but it refuses to quit. Instead, it keeps its distance, circling smart, waiting for the opening. Then, it happens. With one last burst of energy, the hammerhead torpedoes forward and drives its jaws into the most vulnerable part of the great white right near the eye. It's a risky move, but it pays off. The great white recoils, shaking, blood pouring from the wound. And then, to the surprise of everything watching, it retreats, disappearing back into the deep, leaving the battlefield scarred and silent. The hammerhead, bruised and bleeding, drifts through the clouded water, victorious. So, what just happened? Did we witness speed and smart's top brute strength? Did the underdog outmaneuver the powerhouse? That's the beauty of nature. There are no scripted endings. Every fight is a gamble, and every creature plays its strengths. But here's the question I'll leave you with. In the wild, is it always the bigger beast who wins? Or is it the one who thinks quicker, strikes smarter, and fights like it has nothing to lose? Stay tuned, because this underwater saga is far from over. Well folks, what a wild ride that was. We just witnessed one of the ocean's most intense head-to-heads. A heavyweight bout between two of the sea's most legendary predators. And let me tell you, this wasn't your average fish fight. This was brains versus brawn, speed versus strength. strategy versus sheer ferocity. In one corner, the great white shark, packing raw power, explosive speed, and that world-famous bite that can crunch through bone like a stale pretzel. In the other, the hammerhead shark, looking like something straight out of science fiction, with its bizarrely brilliant hammer-shaped head and the agility of a 4-ton underwater ninja. Both fighters gave it everything. Both bled. Both battled like champions. But in the end, one swam away victorious. The great white, wounded and shaken, chose to retreat. And it was the hammerhead, scarred but standing well, swimming, who remained in control of the battleground. That's right, folks. The hammerhead shark came out on top. Now I know what you're thinking. How does that even happen? How does the smaller, lighter shark beat the great white, the so-called apex predator of the ocean? Here's the thing. It's not always about being the biggest bully on the reef. Sometimes, it's the creature who sees more, feels more, and thinks faster that takes the win. With that hammer-shaped head acting like a built-in radar system, the hammerhead had the edge in sensory perception. It used precision and patience, dodged danger, and struck when it mattered most. Kind of like that friend you have who may not hit the gym, but somehow always wins at dodgeball. Strategy counts. So what's the takeaway here? In nature, size alone doesn't guarantee success. The ocean rewards adaptation, innovation, and sharp instincts. And while brute force might win you the first punch, it's smarts and skill that decide the last one. Think about it. In a world full of giants, what really gives you the edge? Is it muscle, or is it mind? That's the lesson the ocean teaches us, again and again. And hey, next time you hear someone say it's a sharky shark world out there, just remember sometimes it's the weird-looking one with the hammerhead that outsmarts them all. If you enjoyed that deep-sea showdown and love learning about nature's wildest warriors, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It helps this channel grow and keeps the animal battles coming straight to your feed. Got a favorite ocean predator, or do you think the great white deserved a rematch? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one, and who knows, your idea might inspire the next big face-off. And hey, if this video made you say whoa at least once, go ahead and give it a like. It lets me know I'm on the right track. Stick around, because nature's got a whole lot more fights, facts, and fascinating creatures waiting for you. Until next time, stay curious and stay wild.